what I wanted to talk to y'all about was I wanted to kind of go over some of my black sand paintings. Um, these aren't up. Maybe I'll put them up, the ones that are here at least. Maybe I'll put those up on the store. Fuck it. Let's do it. I'll put them up on the store. And we're going to be going over Black Sand 0, Black Sand 1, Black Sand 4, and Black Sand 5. There is at least a 6 that will be coming, maybe a 7. It just depends on how I'm doing it. I have a couple ideas, so I was thinking about doing it. But I wanted to show you guys these because, and here's the other reason, 2 and 3 aren't here because they are at Carter Sexton is that in Studio City or Valley Village? I don't think it's North Hollywood. It's somewhere in that area. It's off of Laurel Canyon. But they're having an abstract art show that opens July 5th, and they accepted 2 of my paintings. So Black Sand 2 and Black Sand 3, which are not here, but you have seen before, especially... go back, I'll link it here, but when I was unwrapping my canvases, I showed them there. So good. And if you want to see them in person, you can go to Carter Sexton on Laurel Canyon between July 5th and I believe July 27th. I might be wrong. I posted a reel on Instagram about it today. So I want to talk about these paintings a little bit and kind of explain the process because these were very different than anything I had done before. This was during the wildfires that happened out here, like the Palisades fire that went through like Malibu Canyon and all that stuff down to Santa Monica, to the north end of Santa Monica, where I would usually go to the beach if you've watched any of the videos of me at the beach. The fires went on for a while, and then the aftermath of those fires lasted a very long time, and it's probably still messed up. But the shore was covered with just all sorts of debris from the fire, a lot of stuff that looked like soot, a lot of burnt pieces of like people's lives and houses, a lot of burnt pieces of forest, like the woods and the trees. And then there were a lot of things that what seemed to me is like things that like the fire department was using to try to put the fires out and stuff like that. Like all that shit was like washing up on the shore. A lot of it, depending on the tide, because when high tide would come, it would come up really far. And then when low tide, it would just be like chunky crap on the beach. So basically what I was doing was I took a bunch of sand, I packed it in like jars, and then I had jars of the salt water, like the ocean water. And I brought those back, and I wanted to make the paintings super, super matte, like super. I didn't want them to shine. I didn't want them to glisten. I didn't want there to be anything. Like, no, I just wanted it to almost like suck the light out of a room kind of thing, if you catch my drift. What the fuck just happened? Are we still on? So anyway, so that's what I was trying to do. I got a bucket of flat matte, just like the flattest, just bland paint I could find. Then I started mixing things into the paint. I started mixing sand, the ocean water, a little bit of ephemera, from the beach and stuff. Just a lot of like organic materials. I don't know, I don't want to give all my secrets away, but I mixed a lot of things into this paint. And the making of the paint, I would say, almost took longer than the actual painting of the paintings. The paint is the art in this just as much as the art is. The amount of time and energy that I put into the paint. There's tons of texture, and we'll talk about how that happened in a little bit. And here, again, there's tons of texture, and we'll talk about that. And I'm not sitting here trying to toot my own horn, but it's different than anything that I've ever done. It's different than anything I've ever seen. For those of you who've been like viewers of this channel for a long time, especially if you're in the crew, click the join button down below. I'm sure I did live like painting streams where I was working on it, or even when I was trying to seal it. I remember that was like a big thing because I didn't want any lacquer or anything that I put on it to be too shiny. I wanted it like matte as fuck, you know? This was never like meant to be a part of the series. A painting I had, it was a painting I was working on that I was just like fucking around with. And then I wanted to see like how mixing the sand and the paint would work and what it would do. And originally I did want to do white in these paintings over here. But once I started doing it, and once I started like really thinking about where this sand came from and where this water came from and where all this shit came from, I didn't feel like putting any white into it was a good idea. So again, this is like in quotes black sand zero, because like it wasn't even something I was planning on doing, and there it is. Okay, so moving from that, we'll go to Black Sand 1. And this one was different than the rest because I used a flat spray paint to cover the canvas, and then I would do a layer of sand and stuff. So there's like seashells and stuff. As the paintings go, the gunk in the sand gets more aggressive, if that makes sense. So I took this, did this, and then would do a coat of paint on top of it, like the paint that I made, and then put more sand on, do a coat on it. And I was just like seeing like kind of how much I could get away with. And it just kept going and kept going. And then I would put like a sealer on it and then start again, and then put sealer on it and start again. And so this thing is like really like, I mean, a lot of people say it looks like the moon, but it's like, it is just chunky. And I love this little shell up here. That's my favorite part. That and probably this hole. I do like the hole. Black Sand 4 is this one right here, and the lighting here is absolute garbage. Okay, so this one, this is much bigger, obviously. It's, what is it? 36 by 36. But yeah, you'll see like there's stuff in it, you know. I don't know if you could see the texture in the black, but yeah. But yeah, so that's this guy here, and it just keeps going forever. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in it, and doing this, throwing the sand like I would normally throw ink, and just all this stuff, it's like really intense, and like rubbing it in and rubbing it around, and getting all of the paint like all up in me and in my hands, and then pushing that energy through in that. It was something. I miss it. I miss that push. So this one is, what is it, 38 by 46? It's a pretty big one, okay? And again, we have all the stuff in the paint. We have the, like, just explosion of the sand with a bunch of little pieces of crap and shit. But yeah, so, I don't know, I don't think you can see that texture like I can here. But, it's very, very matte. And very matte wall, right? No, it's very, very matte. And you just keep getting lower and lower. Look at that. And it's not showing you. Okay, here we go. But like the shells and this stuff, it's really, really cool. Now that I have a good way to, no. Okay, now that I have a good way to do this, because a lot of these were experimenting, and now that I have a good way of doing it and I have a system, the ones I'm going to do now are going to be on canvas, but just like canvas, and then I'm going to have to stretch it onto a frame and stuff like that, or on a backing or whatever, because the sizes are going to be very different. One, I want to do 6 foot by 6 foot. So it's like 72 inches by 72 inches. But I also want to do one that's like 20 by 60 or something like that. Like just like a really long, narrow one. I'm really excited, and I just want to finish this up because obviously my like more neo-expressionism shit is probably the stuff that like when people see it go, oh yeah, that's definitely matte. Whereas this stuff, I don't know, maybe I just haven't done enough of them for people to go, oh yeah, that's matte. But I'm just energetically really feeling these. And there are some things I want to do out here in the desert that are very similar to this, but not this, if that makes sense. So I will be working on other more desert-centric sand paintings as well. But anyway, I just wanted to share that stuff with you. And go to Carter Sexton. July 5th will be the opening night. The 5th through, I think, the 27th. If you want to see Black Sand 2 and 3 in person, and you can purchase them there. These ones here are going to be up on my site in just a little bit. Yeah. And you could get those if you want. And we'll just keep making sand paintings, I guess. Okay? So keep doing the thing, guys. Type hard. Write something, paint something, make something, do something. Okay? Just do the thing, guys. Do the fucking thing. I'll see y'all later. Mwah.